Hello, Steve Out Say 9. Well, we've got some news regarding Friday the 13th. We are apparently getting a new film, a new game, and that's on top of the short film Sweet Revenge and the TV series that's already in production. So this is good. And there's a bit of a double-sided thing to the Jason universe situation. Like The Mask, for example. The mask design is terrible. And the idea that it was just being designed to put on like generic products and we're just supposed to buy generic Jason universe products with this generic mask and them sort of not use the mask from the movies or anything and from the merchandise or, films or anything that we actually recognize and love Jason from. The idea that they were just going to produce their Jason, we would just buy their Jason, was incredibly insulting. They're actually using that Jason in not just the Sweet Revenge short, but the new film and the game. And apparently the Jason that apparently is eventually going to appear in the Pamela Voorhees series is going to be this Jason. So at least they are using it going forward and it's actually a real Jason that's going to appear on screen as opposed to just this generic Jason brand logo look that we just was supposed to just buy product and not think, not buy things to remind us of the Friday the 13th we love, but just buy them because it got Jason's name on it in the mask. So that was incredibly condescending and insulting the way they introduced that in the beginning. But it does appear as though they are actually using it in new content. So we got a trailer for Sweet Revenge. It looks nice. Basically, it's a girl showing up to camp, talking to some guys running the camp about, running it and some of the things that have happened and just a little bit of hint of, problems in the area. And then we see the girl go out on the lake and she hears tapping under the canoe. Taps again and then Jason, baby Jason, I guess, young Jason, jumps out and pulls her into the lake, but we don't see his face. We just see arms and a body and I'm assuming that's Jason. Could it be a petite Pamela, trying to avenge him, or is it it's unclear, and that's the point. It's just a teaser. It's just supposed to get you excited about seeing it. So that looks okay. So that's my little review for that. The production looks good. The actor looks fine. The lighting, the design, everything. The one shot of Jason in there in that mask with the lighting looks fine. It's still wrong. And the frustrating thing is the reason why they changed the mask was not for artistic reasons. It's for copyright. They don't want to pay the person who owns the actual Jason mask. They don't want to pay to have this on screen, that this is what we recognize and what we want. They don't want to pay for that. That costs money because that's valuable. So what they do is they just get someone to design a new one that they own and they get to merchandise and charge money for. And that's their, financial incentive to give us some generic hockey mask instead of Jason's mask that we recognise and want. So it's very insulting. It's very cheap. It's like with Star Trek where they didn't want to use any of the designs from the other Star Trek shows, so they made up their own ones for Discovery that are totally different from anything that should have been in that era of Star Trek because they didn't want to pay and they wanted to sell their versions of everything and get that money instead of the people who designed the looks of the era that they were making moving because it was popular. So there are all these sort of elements that are really offensive to fans. And a lot of people don't get it. They're like, I don't know why they did this mask. It's really different. It's like, it's copyright, it's money, it's licensing. It's a business decision, not artistic. It's not for fans. So that's really insulting. But it was even more insulting when it just seemed to be like a brand name they were just going to use on products and not actually an actual real Jason we ever see on screen. But it looks like they are at least going to use it for that. So it's a double-sided thing where it's like, well, okay, it makes it legitimate, but it also is still a horrible design and looks awful. So yeah. Now, San Diego Comic Con had Robert Belsman, I can't pronounce his name. He basically was talking on behalf of Horror Inc. And he was just saying, yep, we're doing a movie, we're doing a game, and the series is going along. They showed some behind the scenes shot that didn't really show any of the characters or actors, just like sets and stuff. And yeah, we got the teaser for the short, which hopefully isn't all about the brand that they're doing the thing with. Hopefully it's not really bad product placement where they're all sitting around drinking the apple drinks like, oh, did you have your hopefully it's not like that. It looks like just a legitimate artistic thing where someone, you know, funded them to do this for some reason. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, so that's my little review of the teaser. The little bit of news, we're actually getting a movie and a game, which was the game was rumored. Harry Manfredini let it slip that he was doing music for a new game, and he got in trouble, I think. Yeah, so that's the Friday news. I like the idea of another Friday. I like the idea of them rebooting it, basically going back, doing a Pamela series and then a Jason series of movies with Jason after that. Is what I'm hoping they'll do, or even, you know, at the same time in different times. But they value Jason as a property, so hopefully if they think they can make money out of that, they'll give us more, because that's what we want. But we'll see if it's worth it.